You want wine? I'll give you wine. The next morning when I show up, Blake is waiting for me with the 3 bottles they picked. Got 3 of the same thing. The wine is off, Blake says, holding the bottle out like it's some sort of weird bug. I tell them that, yeah, it happens sometimes, I'll check it out. To be clear, it is rare that the wine is actually off. Most of the time, the customer just doesn't like it. It doesn't hurt us, and we want the business, so we always accept exchanges and just agree that it went right. The customer has been right twice that I have seen, and I was one of the 2 customers. Compromised cork. So I open up the store with an impatient Blake standing over me before finally taking the bottle. I kid you not, this thing is like 80 degrees. It is hot. The sun hasn't been out long enough to do this either, so I'm pretty confident they did something to it. Anyway, I pour myself a glass and taste it. Even through the mire of hot booze, I can tell it's good. All of the flavors I expect stand out. It smells fine, no evidence of oxidizing or mildew. Good bottle. Feeling petty, I tell Blake as much, wanting them to admit that they just don't like the wine. Blake turns a bit red and says as much. Good. Let's pick something else out then. Where are your Super Tuscans? Blake asks. I eyed up because this is the perfect chance to fuck with them. We have 2 true ones in the store. One is a very accessible price, pretty standard Sangiovese, Cab Franc, Merlot, Syrah. Really nice and medium-bodied. Wouldn't be too bad for the garden party, but still on the heavier end. The other? Expensive as hell. Syrah and Cab Franc. It's the inkiest, blackest, heaviest wine you could imagine. I love it, but I think it might kill anyone who drinks it in 80-degree weather. Well, I give Blake the heavy one. Blake, of course, is in love when I tell them about it. Big, bold flavors, heavy, crushes the flavor of whatever you eat with it. Perfect for Blake. They get 3 to replace the bottles they returned and end up spending an extra $130 even, with the cost of the refunded wine deducted. Now, I know I'm way more sensitive to wine and food than others are, but this was perfect. Even somebody who's demolished their palate with years of cigar smoking would be able to tell that wine is awfully paired. I'm happy knowing Blake is going to get some weird looks from their guests and a tongue lashing from Asher, and Blake is happy with the bottle of grape-based olive oil they now own. Compliance given maliciously.